Hey friend, welcome back to the show. Today we're talking about something that's on probably just about everyone's mind this time of year. Health, weight loss, and all those New Year's resolutions we made with really good intentions. But let's be honest, by February, most of them are out the window. In fact, did you know that studies show that over 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by the second week of February? And I get it, because for years, I was right there too, starting a new diet, cutting out all the things, telling myself this time would be different, only to find myself a few weeks later stressed out, depressed, exhausted, and back in the same cycle. Can you relate? Maybe you've done Whole30 more times than you can count, or you've sworn off sugar forever only to eat half a sleeve of Oreos a week later, or felt guilty for skipping a workout because if you can't do it really hard, really perfectly, what's the point? But what if our wellness journey could look different this year? What if, instead of another diet plan filled with shame and restriction, we approached our health with grace and truth? Today, we are ditching the diet mentality and learning how to embrace a biblical approach to wellness. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in.
Welcome to the Grace-Filled Leader Podcast. Do you want better work-life balance? Do you get stuck in patterns of perfectionism and people-pleasing? Have you always been an overachiever but never really felt good enough, no matter how much outward success you achieve? Do you want more time for the things that matter most? Well, you are in the right place. Here on the Grace-Filled Leader Podcast, we focus on spirit-driven success and share the secrets to having better work-life balance as a busy woman in leadership. Here you will learn how to set boundaries like a boss, find peace of mind, and reclaim your time for the things that matter most. Hi, I'm Tanya, a wife, mom, leader, and certified Christian life coach. For most of my life, I tried to find worthiness through achievement. I spent decades people-pleasing and pouring myself into my work. I was looking for my value through the approval of others. This led me to feel burned out, empty, and exhausted. I had no time or energy for myself or my family. I realized that I was wasting time and energy looking for validation in all the wrong places. But my life changed when I finally surrendered and God showed me a different way. It is my mission to help you start living the abundant life God has for you. If you're ready to become fueled by grace and find freedom from people-pleasing, if you're ready to multiply your time and impact as a Christian woman in leadership, this podcast is for you. Roll up your sleeves, sister friends. It's time to get after it.
Let's start by redefining what wellness actually means. Because if we're honest, the world has fed us some pretty toxic messages about health. Culture tells us that wellness is about the size of our jeans, the number on the scale, or how clean we eat. But God, He has a totally different definition. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 through 20 reminds us that our bodies are temples at a price. That means that our health isn't just about us. It is about stewarding the body that God gave us so that we can serve, love, and live out our calling. Think about it. When you feel run down, sluggish, or overwhelmed, it's so much harder to be present for your family, your work, and the things that God has called you to do, isn't it? This is why the why behind our health goals matters. It's not about fitting into a smaller size or earning approval. It's about having the energy, the strength, and the clarity to fully live the life that God has for us. Take a moment and ask yourself, why do you want to be healthier? What's your deeper motivation? Write it down, pray over it, and let that be the foundation for your wellness journey this year. Now, let's talk about the how, because if you've been stuck in the cycle of dieting, you know that restrictive rules don't work long term. Instead of saying, I can't eat that, let's shift our mindset to, I choose what fuels me. See the difference? One feels like punishment and the other feels empowering. This is why habit stacking can be a game changer. Instead of overhauling your entire lifestyle overnight, you start by just layering healthy habits into things you're already doing. For example, go for a walk while listening to worship music or a biblical podcast. Drink a glass of water before you drink your morning coffee. Or do stretching or deep breathing exercises while you do your morning prayers. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Small, sustainable changes compound over time. So this week, I'd like you to pick one simple habit to build on. Maybe it's drinking more water, or getting to bed earlier, or swapping one processed snack for something nourishing. Whatever it is, commit to just one thing. The world often reduces health to just what we eat or how much we exercise, but true wellness is holistic. It's about your body, your mind, and your spirit. If you've ever struggled with emotional eating, stress-related exhaustion, or feeling stuck in a cycle of shame around your body, you know that food and workouts alone don't solve the problem. So what does? Well, aligning your health with your spiritual and emotional well-being does. For example, instead of just exercising to burn calories, try pairing movement with prayer. Go for a walk and talk to God about what's on your heart. Deep breathe, stretch, and meditate on His promises. When we invite God into our wellness journey, it stops being about rules and starts being about relationship. And when we don't have the strength or the energy, He does. And we can ask for His strength, His energy, His drive to work in us. I encourage you to create a simple wellness triangle plan. One small thing for your body, one thing for your mind, and one for your spirit. So here's an example. Maybe it's for your body, maybe it's moving your body for 10 minutes. And for your mind, journaling your thoughts and your emotions, maybe the things that you're struggling with. And for your spirit, maybe it's meditating on scripture like Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Small shifts like this over time can mean big cumulative transformation eventually. I want you to hear this loud and clear, my friend. Your worth is not tied to a number on the scale. God doesn't see you as too much or not enough. He sees you as His, and He calls you to steward your health, not obsess over it. So this year, instead of chasing another diet, I want you to chase grace. Instead of focusing on restriction, focus on renewal. Because when we align our health with His plan, we experience a freedom and a joy that no diet can give us. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." So let's do this together. Let's step into a healthier, more grace-filled approach to wellness this year. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you're committing to this week for your health? Send me a message or tag me on social media so we can encourage one another. Until next time, stay strong, stay rooted in truth, and remember, you are already so very loved. As always, I pray that the Lord fills you with gratitude, peace, and His amazing grace.
I pray this episode blessed you, spoke to you, or encouraged you in some way. If so, please share it with a friend and head on over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. That's the only way for me to know if you're enjoying the show. Nothing blesses me more than to hear from you. Also, come on over to our free Facebook community. This is a great place for us to support one another on our faith and leadership journeys. You can find the link to the group in the show notes or go to gracefilledleader.com/community. If you have questions or content ideas for the show, please send me a message on SpeakPipe or via email. Go to gracefilledleader.com/contact and leave a written or voice recorded message. I would love to know how I can best serve you on the podcast. Now to Him who can do immeasurably more than we can ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3, verse 20. Until next time, my friends, God bless.